Once upon a time, there was a selfish old man. He hated old people. One day, he had his servants put up signs all over the country and ordered the villagers to do the following. Any old person over 60 years old must be thrown into the mountains. Any household that does not obey will be killed. Everyone was afraid that everyone in their households would be killed. So they reluctantly followed the orders of the old man. Now, in that village, there was a young man who was carrying his aged mother. "My son, I am 60 years old. Please throw me into the mountains." "Mom, I can't do such a cruel thing." The old woman next door and the old man in the house. "Before you have both been thrown into the mountains. You don't need to worry." The young man reluctantly carried his mother on his back and climbed the mountain. But he could not bring himself to leave his mother behind on the mountain. So he carried her back and secretly returned to his house at night, where he hid her in the barn behind the house. A few days later, Lord Tono ordered the villagers to make a rope out of ash. "Mother, Lord Tono told me to make a rope out of ash. I tried but I couldn't. If no one can do it, the tax will be high." "My son, it's easy. I'll teach you." The son made a straw rope as he was told. Put it in salt water, dried it, burned it, and carefully took the ash rope to Lord Tono. "You're doing a good job." "Good. Now, I'll ask you a more difficult question. This is a stick. Which is the root and which is the branch? You have to figure it out within a day or two." The young man took the stick home, but was at a loss, so he asked his mother. "It's easy. Bring a bucket with water in it." The son prepared a bucket and put the stick in the water. "Look. The part at the bottom is the root, and the part floating is the branch." The young man answered in front of Lord Tono. "Good job. Now I'll give you the most difficult problem. Make a drum that makes a sound without being struck." The young man turned pale and returned home with the drum, asking his mother for help. "It's very easy. Just go to the mountains and catch some bees." His mother loosened the skin of the drum a little, put a bee inside, and tightened the skin again. The drum began to make a sound. The young man handed the drum that made the sound to Tono. "I'm in trouble. You solved 3 difficult problems all by yourself?" "My lord, to tell you the truth, it was my mother who solved the problem, not me. You ordered that the old people be abandoned in the mountains. But I couldn't do something so cruel. I hid my mother in the barn. The old, even though they may be physically weak, know more than the young." My lord thought for a while, and said, "You're right. I was wrong. Let's stop abandoning the old people in the mountains." From then on, the country became one that cherished the elderly.